Hello, I'm Trevor Herman. I'm a counselor in Asheville, North Carolina. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I make these videos primarily for current and prospective clients to learn new skills, to practice skills we've tried in therapy, or to gain new information or refresh information about mental health and wellness and resilience. If you're not a client, not interested in being a client, please enjoy the videos as well. They can be helpful for just about anyone. If you are in a mental health emergency, please stop watching the video and call 911. Please don't try to contact me in the event of an emergency. I hope that you enjoy the videos, get something out of them, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, that's great. If you enjoy the video, please hit like. That's helpful to me. And enjoy. Welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing the distinctions between self-care activities, self-soothing, and numbing activities. As in my previous two videos about self-care, self-care is a tangible demonstration of my own care and kindness to myself. Maybe the best, most basic example of an activity that falls into this category is brushing my teeth. If I brush my teeth every day, I can mark one small thing off my list. It's tangible. I can feel some immediate benefit when I run my tongue around my teeth. And I have built it into my routine for my whole life. I don't have to think about brushing my teeth anymore. I can't remember the last time I didn't brush my teeth. But a good way to know if something is a self-care activity is if I stop brushing my teeth, I'm quickly going to have some negative consequences, including probably getting feedback from those around me about my breath and my hygiene. So, when you think self-care, think of brushing your teeth. It's basic, it fits into your schedule, has immediate benefits that are tangible. If you stop doing it, it has almost immediate consequences that are also tangible. So many activities fall into self-care. It is a very individualized thing. And just as an example for this, I used to run hard 3 or 4 times a week as part of my self-care. But that was in my teens and my 20s. And then over the last 20 years, 25 years of running, I went from 3 or 4, even 5 times a week and feeling good about that, to now I can run 2 times a week for self-care and fill in the rest with walking. And what I notice is if I run more than twice a week and run hard, I have too many consequences, which means it's an activity that's become self-soothing for me if I run more than twice a week, because self-soothing activities, in contrast to self-care activities, when we do them every day or much more regularly, that's when we have consequences from them. And when we stop doing them every day or regularly, we immediately see some benefit. So for example, a self-soothing activity for me could be once or twice a week I get a donut. I really enjoy that donut. It's an immediate shot of sugar and fat, and it's delicious. And I probably got it either just to feel something pleasurable when I already felt okay, or maybe I was feeling stressed and in a rush, and I just needed a positive bump of some kind. So I got a donut, and I enjoyed the heck out of it once or twice a week. So a great self-soothing activity for me. You could say the same thing about someone who has 1 or 2 servings of alcohol 1 or 2 times a week. Self-soothing. Felt great, gave me a little bump. It was done at a level and in a way that didn't really have negative consequences. Okay, but we can't really argue that it's healthy. Donuts are not healthy. Alcohol is absolutely not healthy. But if I do it once or twice a week, 1 or 2 servings, it's hard to argue that it's causing me consequences for most of us. So that's how you could think of self-soothing. If I do it rarely and do it in moderation, I enjoy it, it's pleasurable, but it's not causing me consequences. I can't argue that it's a healthy activity. The best way to know if I'm doing a self-soothing activity versus a self-care is do it more and see what happens. If I have a donut every day, I guarantee that I'm going to start to notice some consequences. I'll feel bloated. I'll have indigestions. After a few months, I'll have gained 5 pounds. If I stop having a donut every day and go back to once or twice a week, a few months later, my stomach will feel better and I'll probably have dropped that 5 pounds because I've kept up my exercise, my self-care. So, if you press a self-soothing activity too far, you get consequences. When you pull back from doing it too much, you get some relief. And into a numbing activity. So remember, with the self-soothing activity, we just wanted a positive bump to increase the pleasure we already felt. Like, I'm excited to go have a drink with a friend. I go do that. I was already good. Felt even better because I connected with my friend and we shared a drink. Okay? Or I was a little stressed, had a donut, got a little bump, got back on with my workday, felt okay. Numbing activity, instead of chasing something positive, we're almost always, or I would say always, running from something negative or avoiding something negative. Numbing activities are typically just the same activities that were self-soothing taken to an extreme. So instead of having just 1 donut per day, maybe I'm having 2 or 3, and the consequences are adding up pretty fast. But I feel so stressed, and the donut tastes so good. So if I have more, maybe I'll feel okay. Unfortunately, really what I'm trying to avoid is the sensation of feeling behind, or not keeping up with my responsibilities, or whatever it is. I'm trying to avoid it. Same can be said of alcohol. Even if I'm sticking to 2 drinks a night, if I'm drinking every night, I'm almost certainly trying to avoid something negative. Maybe it's that my house feels too chaotic at the end of a work day. Maybe that I didn't hold good boundaries at work, so now I need to come home and numb myself some in order to feel okay again. Numbing activities invariably have consequences. Again, if you're having multiple donuts per day, every day, count on gaining weight. Count on having stomach problems. You do it for years on end, count on gaining significant weight and having multiple health problems as a result. Same thing with alcohol, if that's the numbing. Drink every day, increase the amount, watch the consequences pile up. They're going to be social, they're going to be physical, they're going to be spiritual. The whole package is affected. The more we do numbing activities, the more consequences we're going to have. Stopping numbing activities is almost invariably painful and scary. I acknowledge that. And I'll tell you what, if you want to make change in your life, if you want to make new connections, rise in your career, feel better in your family, and you're also doing some numbing activities, it's like getting in your car, knowing that the parking brake is set, and stomping on the gas. You may move, but the engine is working really hard to move that car, and it's causing damage in the process. So if you're fighting so hard to make changes, and you're also numbing yourself, that numbing activity, whether it's drinking, smoking cigarettes, using other substances, overeating, having way too much sex, gambling, whatever it is, that's like having the e-brake on and being confused as to why the gas isn't moving the car very fast. So until we can give up our numbing, until we can recognize that we're numbing and then give it up, change is, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but boy, is it so much more work. So, my encouragement is that you look at your daily activities and think about them in terms of, is this self-care? Am I showing kindness to myself by doing this? Or is this self-soothing? I do it every now and then just to feel a little better. Or is this numbing? Am I doing this so I don't have to think about X, Y, or Z, or I don't have to experience whatever emotion it is? And if you come up with multiple things in the self-soothing and numbing category, and you want to make change in your life, it's time to rethink how much energy and effort you're putting into that change while also numbing. And the fastest way to make the change you want, to live a life worth living, is to get the help you need in order to stop the numbing activities. So thank you again for joining me for this brief talk about self-care, self-soothing, and numbing.